All right, now we are live on the air finally after Google decides whenever it's going to send out invites.
Yeah, whenever it decides it's going to let us.
Yeah. Ugh, the worst.
Yeah,
But now that we're on, Taylor said he's going to jump on late and it'll be just the three of us.
what did Mac decide? Is he going to try or not anymore?
I think he said he was going to try, but I don't, man, I'd hate to have him waste all his data.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I know how you Canadians are so protective of your data.
You know what's funny, actually, that you say that? I was just reading yesterday that apparently there's some Canadians who are buying their cell phone plans from France. Oh, hey, Taylor.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. Hey, we just got on. You're sideways again.
Yeah, sideways Taylor.
Man.
Yeah, Canadians are buying their cell phone plans from France because it's still cheaper to pay the roaming per month than it is for one of our plans.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you get like a France phone number, and but it's like something like 20 euros a month or something. So it's like $34 Canadian, whereas most people's plans here start at like $100 a month.
That's insane. But I
Yeah,
mean, nobody cares what your phone number is anymore. If you just put it in your phone once, you don't have to ever look at it again.
well, I couldn't tell you anybody's phone number
No,
anymore.
no, I was talking about that earlier this week to somebody. I was like, back when I was in high school, I think I probably knew like probably 15 phone numbers that I could dial off the top of my head, and get a hold of somebody. But now I can barely call myself or my wife.
Well, I couldn't even call my wife. I have no idea what her phone number is.
You don't know your wife's phone number?
I know it starts with the same area code as mine, and that's about it.
Man.
I could,
Taylor, can you hear us?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, man.
All right. Just trying to get everything going here.
get all situated.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
A couple people on the live. That's good. After taking a week off. That's good.
They were waiting for us.
So
Oh, Sam's back too.
Couple of faithfuls.
yeah, Chimichanga Friday. I need
Sammy,
a chimichanga. So what do you
What's
guys?
what's
What you
new?
guys? Ah, I was gonna
somebody
say.
moderate. Nick, you moderate.
I was gonna say what's going on this week. What you guys up to? Not everybody at once.
I got some progress done with some staining this week. Got the color finalized. All that is good. Color's coming out great. Um, Finalizing fabrication on the headboard. I got that direction now as far as what that's all going to be. So finishing things up there. Should have the bed out of my garage next week. Should be great.
What color did you go with?
It's a uh, mixture of brown. What is it? Brown mahogany. From it's General Finishes gel stain. It's Java and I think it's brown mahogany. Two
Nice.
parts brown mahogany. Am I saying that right? And one part Java.
I like how you did your little dabs with the gel stain along in your video you did. I don't use gel stain, so I haven't ever tried it, but it looks like it's a good way to spread it out and get it all on at the same time.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Nick's gotten some credit from them before for doing it that way and doing it the right way. I mean, that's where I found it was through their stuff, and they're pretty big on laying it down heavy, and because it cleans up so easily. It's not like the difference in other stains from what I've seen is as you apply coats, the color will change. With gel stain, it doesn't really change much. The first coat kind of really does. I mean, you can get a little bit richer on that second coat, but it is a pretty, good penetrating stain, but it doesn't like it's going to be even across the board. It's not like going to be blotchy like some other stains are.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
Wee
vacation boy joined in.
he's on.
What's happening?
What's up, Mac?
Can I more than say hi?
It might be a little touch and go, so.
It's gonna be mainly go.
As
Yeah.
it's
Anyway.
Woodfeld Live.
Okay,
It's all go.
How's
I
what's the weather like out
will
there in
just
Noise?
say hi and bye.
Can I see that? Hi.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
When are you guys gonna
Is
get
that
some more
better?
YouTube videos out?
Who?
You?
This
Gator
man?
boy.
This guy?
Yeah,
No one's here for me. They're all here for him.
obviously.
You busting out that scooter again yet? What or what? So Dad can film you?
Can you hear them?
Kind of.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in.
I
There's a
think when,
major delay.
I think when we respond to them, it's not coming through properly.
Yeah, it's probably like 5-second delay on their end.
It's that.
I'm getting
Anyway.
the Mr. Roboto.
I'll tune in and say, what's up? I miss you guys, man. It's been a while.
We'll get back to some regularly scheduled programming here soon.
Stop taking vacations all the time.
Did you hear that? Yeah, we can't hear you. Anyway, we'll just get out of here. Later.
See you, Mac.
See you,
Bye.
Mac.
So anyway, with the gel stain, that's the only way I've ever seen it being applied. So I don't know. I'm sure there's other ways, but that's just kind of how I've seen it and do it. But works well for me.
It looked like it worked really well. Nick, you've done it that way before too, haven't you?
Yeah.
Anyway?
The only reason why I do it that way is because they said to do it that way.
Like General Finishes say
Yeah.
to do it that way? Yeah,
Yeah,
because they want to sell more stain.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, that's not a bad thing for them. I mean, they always want to sell more products, but I think they would prefer that you put it down properly.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding for sure.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if you do dab it like that and then just run it all together, you get the best coat. Like it all just covers evenly.
And I think it goes down quicker.
Like how fast have you guys noticed how quick does it dry?
Are you talking about like cleaning it up, or are you talking about like setting for a second coat or for finish?
Like both. Like when could you go back? Like it's not like an oil stain that takes like 24 hours, right? Like or is it?
I think it I know it has an oil in it. I don't know if it's like a, what would you call it? Like a mixture?
I can't remember if it's
but it has oil in
modified.
it for sure. Yeah, it's not
wanna say
water
it's like
based.
Yeah, no, it's not water based, but I want to say it's like the oil modified stuff that doesn't take as long as oil stuff to actually cure out. But I, mean, I remember the last time I used it, I think it dried in like a couple of hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 2 hours, I want to say, to reapply, and I think I usually just give it 4 just because.
Yeah, I've never had to reapply.
I'm gonna have to try that stuff out.
Yeah, I told Sean about it, and he used the Java a long time ago. I can't remember what he was doing. I think it was
that timber coffee table.
Yeah, that Japanese style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been using it ever since.
Well, Rust-Oleum doesn't make any, so
Minwax does.
I don't know who Minwax is. Sorry.
You didn't win. Move on, Rob.
I didn't win that one.
Oh, okay.
I almost.
Rob?
We'll leave that for now.
Hey, last Friday I was doing a job for for my day job, and I was literally just building these simple frames out of 2x4s, and I had to paint them black. And I bought a bunch of Rust-Oleum black spray paint, and I was this close to just hashtagging we would like 100 times, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, by that time, I think it had been done to death.
I know, but I was gonna join the party like way after. I mean, I think the winners were already announced. I was gonna start doing it.
Well, I'm going down to Toronto to meet up with like Amanda and a couple other, well, Vic and Dom and all of them on Thursday. So I'm going to the Rust-Oleum party.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Are
they?
you there as you're invited, I'm assuming, but kind of like in addition to those 4 or 5,
Well,
whatever it was?
they're doing, like, they got to do all their filming and all that stuff on Wednesday. And then Thursday evening, there's like a dinner and drinks kind of thing that they want me to come down to. So I will. But I'm going to go slab shopping during the day Thursday instead in Toronto.
It's this next weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, this week coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be cool. Like, it's going to be cool to meet Amanda in person and stuff. So.
Oh, you haven't met Amanda before?
No, she's out with Sean. So, like.
Oh, gotcha.
She's 1,500 miles away from me.
Hmm.
So basically, in the other end of your cul-de-sac.
Yeah, pretty much.
15. How many kilometers? That's like
3,000.
3 miles.
It's 1 kilometer.
Right. One.
What have you been up to, Nick? What have you been working on?
I haven't been working on anything this week. I'm not even gonna be able to get in the shop tomorrow. I'm gonna have my baby, so it'll be baby daddy day, and maybe if she what
You having another kid?
no, I have a 6-month-old.
No, I know, but that's what I thought you meant. Is I'm having a baby day.
No, I mean I'm having a baby day, like it's baby day.
Okay,
I've got the baby.
That's the way I originally read it too.
Having a baby day. You know,
Let me do that math real quick.
we don't have that many bedrooms. Heck, we don't have enough bedrooms for as many kids as we got now. But no, anyways, I mean, if she normally takes 2 naps a day, so I might have a little bit of time to jump out and shop and at least finish milling up that base for the vanity. I got the slides came in today. I picked up some just generic, like no name but highly reviewed on Amazon. Whatchamacallit? Soft clothes.
Yeah.
They're pretty nice. They seem pretty heavy duty. I probably like triggered that soft close, I don't know, like 15 or 20 times just trying to make sure it was gonna work right. I'm like, yep, still works. Do it again. Yeah.
You know what's going to happen is you're going to get them in and the drawers on, and that's when they're not going to
work. They'll break.
No, you know what? Amazon actually has some pretty good stuff. I'm working on a barn door console right now, and I bought the cabinet size double hardware off of there, and it's pretty nice stuff.
The hardware I got for the IG Builders Challenge, that buffet table, was off of Amazon.
Nice. I mean, they have quality stuff. You just have to make sure you read all of the reviews and make sure you're not reading only the 5 stars, because those are probably bought and paid for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tend to stick with only the 2 and 3 stars. Those tell the real truth.
Yeah, you got the ones that are the haters and the 5 that are the people that work for the company.
Right.
Anyway, the slides for again? What's that project?
For that vanity, that modern vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that out of plywood?
Yeah, it'll be Baltic birch, carcass, and drawers. but it'll be solid ash base.
That'll look really cool.
It should. I'm hoping it looks good. Do you remember that media console I made out of birch?
I was gonna ask, is it for the same people?
Yeah, same client, so it's gonna match, same color. And then after I finish doing the vanity, I'll be making two dressers to match also.
Nice. That's cool.
So I'll be sticking in that style for a little bit.
Well, it's a good thing you have your foreman #ad.
Hashtag ad. Yeah. I put that on there just because, I mean, why not? And then Craig, did you see Craig said, thanks for the shout out?
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And I was just like, okay. So I just gave him the bicep emoji. And then somebody else commented on there like, Craig, did you not see hashtag ad? What the heck? I thought that was hilarious.
Rob, what have you had going on?
Oh man, we've got a barn door console. We've got some like modern bookcase, which is also actually going to be built out of Baltic birch.
The real stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3/4 inch too. Like this thing's they're 7 feet tall, 4 feet wide. The shelves actually, so the whole bookcase, the back, it comes from the top. No, yeah, from the top down. So 9 inches at the top, 14 inches at the bottom. And then each shelf is going to lean this way, so the books slide down a little bit.
Oh.
So, and there's 4 of them. So,
man,
it's going to be a beast. And then a ton of lake maps, which just sort of took off like crazy. And
yeah, those are awesome, man.
Segueing in to our CNC topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, those things they're flying. So I've got trying to keep up with those is crazy because I try and do all the resin pours on Fridays so I can let it sit over the weekend here at the shop and not bother them or whatever. And so I do like a whole bunch of cutting during the week and then fill them all Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you getting a lot of custom orders? Like, I want this lake specifically, or they just buying what you got?
Oh yeah, they all are. Every single one of them are like I posted one of an island in the lake just out from my house, and then like so I made 5 or 6 of those. But then everything else, every other lake has been, hey, can you do my lake and my parents' lake, and like there's a lot of them are for Christmas gifts. So I'm building up a pretty sweet stash of lake files.
Oh man, you're gonna become the Stone City Lake Man.
Exactly. Pete's the clock guy, and I'm going to be like the lake guy.
Who never gets to go to the lake.
Exactly. I'm going to have to just bring the CNC with me to the lake.
How many of those are you doing a week right now?
I'd say averaging probably 8. So, I mean, I've only really been doing it for 2.5 weeks. But
a couple more weeks of that and you paid for the CNC.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to tell people, like, if they're on the fence about it, I'm like, it's cool. If it's a Christmas gift, though, like, you've got to let me know. Like, I'm going to cut off. Deadline's going to be, like, you know, beginning of November for them because it's just, I know it's going to just explode.
Yeah. People are the worst right around the holidays trying to get something in last minute.
Yeah, and we just got invited to a pretty big show in Toronto for the Christmas season too. I think you guys have it in the States too. It's called One of a Kind Show. Have you ever heard of that? No? Okay. I think they have them in New York, and I think there's one in LA. But it's like the biggest sort of, I guess, craft show, if you want to call it that, that there is. And to be invited to it, it's like there's like 500 vendors over 11 days, 150,000 people come through the doors. So
nice.
Yeah, so to be invited to that is pretty pretty cool. So our Christmas season could be insane.
It's kind of one of those catch-22s where, like, that's a great opportunity that season to make a bunch of stuff, to sell a bunch of stuff, but you don't want it to deter from your actual holiday experience, right? Like,
Yeah,
your Christmas is ruined by all the stress and prep work for other people's
yeah.
gifts because they drag their feet and weren't on top of it. You're like, well, I'm trying to run a business. I can't say no to business, but tough.
No, you're 100% right. And I've noticed that the last two Christmas seasons. Like my wife actually told me that this year I have to be done everything by December 15th and actually take a break.
Yeah, you need to.
And she's right. She's 100% right. Like it's not fair to them. It's not fair to me. Like the holidays, it's to spend time with your family. So that's what I'm gonna do.
You got the pool, spend the time in the pool.
In December.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
On top, ice.
On top of the pool.
Yeah, playing hockey.
So what have you guys been up to with the CNC? I know, Nick, you've been doing those Kentucky signs.
Yeah, so I had a friend of mine's wife who works for a realtor wanted I can't remember how many she actually wants. We haven't actually gotten started because she's going to provide the wood for it. So whenever she gets me some of the plywood, I think we're going to end up doing them out of 1/2 inch, just regular ply. Because I mean they're exterior, and I think she's painting them. But I'm gonna do like probably 10 of them for her, and then I don't know how many people have asked me about them, and I probably just need to crank out like 10 or so and just keep them around because everybody in Kentucky loves My Old Kentucky Home. It's like the state song, and it's a huge thing that everybody puts on their house or home decor for stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I mean, it's not hard. It's one of those things now that I've got the fence set up to where I can just drop in all my stock, and then if I'm cutting all the same thickness, I don't ever have to change the Z height. So that makes it quicker too. I can I've cut 3 of those things back to back to back, and then I was just like, just go. And now that I have the new Suck-It dust boot, and that hooked up, dustless. It's great.
That new one's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome, and I actually got the right fitting for it for my dust deputy. So now it's brilliant. It's great. I went with the really thick, I don't know what they call it, those brushes, not the shorter ones. I went with the longer ones.
I didn't know you could change them.
Yeah, you can go with 2 different sizes they have now. They have the small one, or I want to say like 1 inch or 2 inches, but it's great. Yeah, it's amazing. And then on top of that, I'm using compression bits now, so it's literally one cut, and I'm not using any tabs. So
it's just staying there.
Yeah, it's ready to go. It's just ready to rock. Because my design, I'm cutting out all of the negative, so I'm leaving everything that I want to. I'm not cutting out like islands or
whatever. But you're not pocketing it, right? Like you're literally cutting it.
Yeah, I'm just doing full depth pass, cutting it out.
Fire the piece somewhere. Because that's been my problem without doing tabs. If I'm cutting something, it always catches and like throws it or breaks it or.
No, because I'm doing full depth pass. I think it's because it goes all the way around, gets to that last part, and if it does catch, it just moves it, pushes it just enough because the router bit's coming up. I haven't had anything fire off anywhere. It's been maybe it's moved a little bit more, and the brushes have been keeping stuff down because it's a little bit larger than that area. But I haven't had any problems with it catching the pieces and throwing stuff.
I need to look into a compression bit. Yeah,
for sure. They're nice. Tools Today has awesome bits. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get the Amana stuff.
What is Tools Today?
What?
Hashtag we CNC.
Yeah. I couldn't even come back that with a straight face.
What? So how are you finishing those signs?
I haven't been. I've been giving them out raw so
They
far.
just whatever they want to do,
Yeah,
they can
whatever
do.
you want to do. I don't care.
Is she
Uh,
using them as gifts? Like, is that the idea? Is that
yeah, she's using them like for when they close.
yeah,
They'll say, hang this on their door or whatever. But yeah, just basically closing gifts. But
nice.
yeah, I haven't had to finish any of them, which has been amazing because just once I got the file dialed in, I just drop it and say go.
Have you guys seen or personally, with the Shapeoko, seen anyone use or cut any metals?
Yeah. Man, I can't remember who, but I think also the smartest guy on YouTube. What's his name? Is it Winston?
Oh, Winston Moy, isn't it? Is it Moy?
Yeah, I think he's cut some metal with the Shapeoko. But I've seen some other guys do it, but it's never anything thick. It's always like really thin aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't like metal shavings.
Are you still using the Z height thing that you got there?
Yeah, I got it dialed in. The only reason why I got it was because on my V bits, I couldn't. I just was so sick of using a piece of paper to try and
Mm.
get the Z height with them because they're so sharp. And rather than like, I think Pete actually will creep up on his Z height. Like he'll actually start the file and not cut, and then lower it, and then cut, and then lower it to where he's actually cutting.
Yeah.
Well, that takes forever.
Yes,
I
it
don't have
does.
I don't have that kind of patience. He must have the patience of a saint. But I just like to I mean, if there's something available that will tell me this is my Z height, well, I'm gonna get it. So I got one, and it actually worked out because with that Z height, it just touches it and goes, it retracts, and then it gives you your proper probe height. And I've been lucky enough that it works perfectly. I haven't used it for X and Y because I have my fence, but apparently it should work the same way. I mean, I tested it and it worked the same way, but I've got no reason to use it like that yet.
Rob, did you make a wasteboard for yours? You did. I think I saw you flatten yours a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I finally flattened mine, and then I made a fence as well. And that thing, it's fantastic. It just changes everything. Like literally, like Nick was saying, just drop it in and go. Like it's just sped everything up so much, and it's so simple. Like so simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I saw Freddie do it, and I'm like, that's the most like simple thing you could possibly do, but it makes everything so much better and easier.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have the machine cut it.
Exactly.
That's what I did.
So I did that too. I think I talked to you about it actually.
Oh yeah,
So, but yeah,
Have,
it makes a world of difference, like speed wise, anyway.
oh yeah.
what would you say is the one thing that you haven't done on your CNC yet that you really want to do on it?
I want to get into like relief carvings, but I don't think Carbide Create will let you do anything that's three-dimensional. I could be wrong. I just found out this week that you could actually run easel G code by exporting it. Did you either of you guys see that Freddie put out? You could actually design an easel and then save that G code and run it in motion, but you have to have your router already running because the G code isn't set up to have that pause to tell you to insert the tool and turn the router on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can actually design in easel if you wanted to. I don't know if easel does relief carvings, but I need to look into it and see if you could actually export that G code and run it in motion. because I don't have a PC. That's the biggest thing that's holding me up with most of the CNC stuff is because VCarve is PC only, and I'm not about to run boot camp or parallel or anything like that on my MacBook that's running my CNC.
I'm the exact same, Nick.
Yeah,
Like I have Aspire on another laptop we have, and I haven't bothered to teach myself to use it because the laptop isn't good enough to run the program while it's hooked up to the CNC.
yeah.
Like, so everything I've done. I don't even use what did you call it? Inkwell? Is that what it's called? Or whatever you said it was.
Boot camp.
No, like the design one.
Oh, you talking about easel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Inventables.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't done anything outside of Carbide Crew. That's all I use.
No, everything I've done so far has been in Carbide. Well, I mean, other than just making the G code in Carbide, I haven't used it for like designing stuff. But yeah, I think what that was weird.
That's me.
Oh, I was like, I could have sworn I just heard myself again.
Get out of my head.
Yeah, it's like what? I know I said that once. I'm seeing Ben saying Universal G code sender is what most people use. I need to look into it. I haven't seen how actual like user friendly it is because I ain't got time to learn another program.
UGS is a G code center.
Yeah, Universal G code center. Um, hmm. Yeah, actually, the guy that I picked up the touch probe from, all of his instructions were for the Universal G code center. So, I mean, I think most people are using that, but I just don't care. Carbide works, Motion works. I know how to use it. I'm cutting everything I need to.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat right now. You know what? Everything's been good enough so far. Maybe over the winter I'll look into it a little more when I have hopefully a little more time.
Yeah.
Indoor time?
Yeah, inside time.
Hockey time.
Stay inside out of the 30 feet of snow we'll have.
Rob, what would you say that you haven't done that you really wanted to try and do or want to do on your CNC?
I've done 0 inlays.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd like to try that. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. We just did a sign where we veneered together walnut and maple. So the maple is on the outside, the walnut's inside, and when we used the V bit to cut the letters out, so it was
I saw that.
Maple on top, walnut inside. It turned out really cool. Like it looks really good. So that was cool. But I'd really like to try like a legit inlay.
I feel like inlay, just like most everything else on CNC, is like one of those like more intimidating things than it really should be. I mean, you got to just go for it, but I think that it's one of those where you're like, yeah, I'd love to do that, but I got to figure out how to do it. And then after you do it the first time, you're like, oh, it's just one extra step coding wise or whatever. And
do you follow JMC Woodworking?
Yeah, Joe.
No. He did an inlay thing and he listed all his offsets.
Yeah.
That was cool. So I bookmarked that one so I can go back to it again sometime when I have time to play around. What about you? What do you want to do besides, use it?
Carve circles around us.
Besides turn it on. In addition to turning it on, I want to use it a lot for jigs. Like so like once I've kind of created some furniture lines, then having jigs just for repeatability and precision. Cool. I feel like that's kind of one of those things that has high value as far as the quality of the finish.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm using it to carve the barn doors for this console. So I'm gonna, instead of like doing a 5-panel door, I'm just gonna put into the CNC a panel and have it carve out the X's and all that.
So it's like just one solid piece, or you're gonna.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah. I've done it before once, and it turned out pretty good but I want to try it again because I know it can be better.
How big and how thick are the doors?
17 by 22 by 3/4. So it'll be cool to do.
Out of what?
Ash.
I haven't built with ash yet. I want to build
Oh,
with ash.
really? So
I heard it's really nice.
it's awesome. It's like my second favorite.
It's my number one favorite.
Like everything about it, the sustainability, the working of it, everything. It's awesome.
My ash is still wrapped up in my plastic wrap.
Wait, so what is the story behind that? I mean, I know the
Well,
idea, but like I've never seen that before.
so
I've seen Mark use it, Spagnola.
Spagnola did it, and that's where I originally got the idea from, and it kind of just came to me last week because, excuse me, I milled all of that stuff up, and I knew I wasn't going to do anything with it for at least a week, and now it's going to go maybe 2 weeks. And I knew we were going to have a ton of rain this week, and with rain comes humidity, and I didn't want it to try and suck up any random humidity. I ran my dehumidifier all week, but I still had swings. Like yesterday, it rained pretty much all day, and it was up to like 65% humidity in my shop. And then this morning, it was 35% humidity. So just those big swings, I was afraid that it was going to do anything wild. So
Did you test sticks? Did anything happen to them?
Do what?
You left some out of the wrap too, right?
Yes, I left some out of the wrap, and they didn't move.
No.
Not a bit. I mean, straight as an arrow, flat, no warp, no twist. I mean, it's crazy. So, I mean, it could have been all for nothing, but I mean, better safe than sorry, right? But I mean, well, and come to think of it, that ash has been in my shop for almost, it's been almost 3 years now.
Wow.
And it was kiln dried in 2015. So it's been around a minute. But when you open it up on all 6 sides, you just never know, especially with all the rain that we were going to have this week. So I just wanted to be, cautious and not waste an afternoon of milling.
I can't even imagine having something around my shop for like 2 years.
Well, I mean, that was a great part. That was some leftovers from a table I built a long, long time ago, and like it's been on my lumber rack forever, and I've looked at it and said, one day
you will be wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, that's right. One day you will be Dextrified.
That's cool. That's always good too when you get to finally use some extra that you've had.
Yeah, and I got it down, and I was like, I forgot how beautiful this stuff was. Like it's the straightest grain, so clean. Like half of it looks quarter sawn. It's not, but it looks, from how I milled it up, it looks quarter sawn now. But it's really pretty.
Do you have good pricing on ash down there? Just like, I know it's so random across the different parts of the continent. Like some of us can get it for nothing because there's so much of it. Other places can't even get it anymore. Yeah,
so I've heard 2 or 3 different people tell me that ash is like not readily available around here anymore because of like some sort of beetle that's been eating them.
The ash borer.
Yeah, there you go. Ash borer beetle. But I'm still finding it, and I'm getting it for like $250 a board foot.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's the cheapest for hardwood you can get by a long shot. I think the next up, well, even poplar is like $275, $3, I think.
Is your poplar, does it have a green tinge to it?
Yeah, and it's ugly.
It is ugly. It's sick.
I cannot stand our poplar. I don't know where Steven and all those guys find that poplar that has that like spalting looking
Yeah.
brown.
Yeah, me either. I've never seen it anywhere around here.
No, I've never seen poplar look like that around here.
I'd love to use some if I found some. I like
Maybe
that
he
look.
actually is using walnut and he just doesn't know.
This is some really expensive poplar.
No, seriously, Taylor, if you get a chance to use ash, man, do it. It's so good to use all around.
We speaking of pricing, we picked up. I don't know if you saw in my stories last week, but we picked up about 75 board foot of 6/4 cherry, and we got a deal on it, and it was $769 a board foot.
Wow.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of what cherry runs for around here. I want to say it's probably like in the $3.75, $4 range board foot.
Ours would be $6.
$6
Ooh.
Canadian.
Yeah.
So that's 50
2
cents.
Right.
2 cents for
Yeah. U-Haul.
They pay you to take it off the lot.
Apparently, I found out last week that there's some like giant like lumber mill literally 20 minutes south of me in New York. So the next time I'm over there, I'm going to go take a gander at what they have. And apparently, his prices are just crazy cheap. So I'm becoming an importer.
This was a new place that I'd never been to, which is probably 25 minutes from my house, which is maybe 5 minutes further than the normal place I go to. So, I mean, I like it enough to start going there. Plus, with SoCal Wood Shop, we get a little kickback there, but it's just nice that I mean, this was almost S4S ready to go. Like, this was great. We're doing a conference table build, and it's just like out the door. That's why it's probably so expensive. But like, I've been getting rough sawn stuff from a different connection through SoCal, which is obviously better pricing. But these guys are like a crazy big. Like, they throw away big pieces of good wood just because it means nothing. They produce or they provide the hardwoods like for Home Depot, for cabinet, I like big operation stuff. So I like the pricing we get on it, but it's all rough sawn. So it's a ton of legwork versus this, being pretty much ready to just, joint and go. I don't know.
That's
I
nice.
like that idea. I like
Everything
the idea.
is all rough sawn. It takes forever.
And I mean, I don't dislike milling, but it is kind of nice to not have to grind on it too much sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
I often, because I do this full time for a business, every project I almost weigh out the time of milling versus the price difference for S4S. And depending on the project, sometimes we'll mill, sometimes we won't. Like it's all comes down to time for us and the cost and that kind of thing. But whenever I do get rough, which is more often than not, I usually get at least 20 board feet more than I need. And we'll mill that too, just to start building up the stock.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about kind of, traditional woodworking versus kind of, all the power tools and stuff we use now. He's a big hand tool guy, but we were also talking about just like production and the comparison to like old school carpenters, in 1800s, early 1900s, because he's, like I said, a hand tool guy, so he's going to help me restore those planes I just got. But he was telling me about, back in those days, if you were the builder, right, like the three of us are, you had apprentices, and they were doing all of the planing, they were doing all of the joining, and they were getting it to that level where you were ready just to, shape it into whatever you wanted to and it go. And that's kind of why we rely on our power tools nowadays. But that's basically what you're doing is you're paying for the apprenticeship, or you are being your own apprentice. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
unless it's a big enough job for you, I mean, most everything you do has to kind of come in and get out within a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So having to do that, like getting it ready and getting it dried, the faster you can get it, you almost have to do that route.
See, I only, and it sucks right now, but I only buy kiln dried. I can't, like, I don't have anywhere to store anything too dry. I wish I did because it's like half the price, if not even less than that. And, you know, the plan in the future is hopefully 3 years from now, maybe two, is we're going to move out to the country and build a shop on the same property, then have an area that we can just like lay out, you know, logs for 2 years to dry.
Would you build a mill?
I've thought about it. I've seriously thought about it. So one step at a time, though, right? Like the main thing is getting out there first, and then we'll see. Okay, I got to take a little side note here because I cannot stop looking at the patch on your hat. I know it's supposed to be an acorn or something or a pine cone, but all it looks to me like is an armadillo trying to crawl down your hat. Thank you.
I recognize that logo, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
It's Jesse Mullen and Matt Plumley.
Oh, that's right.
It's their In the Works Live thing.
Right. Are they still doing that?
I don't know. I
I bought a hat and stopped watching.
I didn't buy a hat. I tuned into their first live and answered some question and won a hat.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have either of you guys used your CNC to cut bow ties yet?
Nope.
So that's another thing I've been thinking about doing.
I haven't even turned mine on, Rob.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still got to plug it in. I forgot.
But I do have that olive slab that I'm hoping has some spots for some bow ties because I haven't done them yet. And it's going to be like a serious, I hate to do it, but it's going to be a serious epoxy pour and bow tie project, perceivably.
Throw it all at it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You should wrap it up in plastic too.
Yeah. When you're done.
Shrink wrap it.
Yeah, when you're done so it doesn't move. That's going to be, I'm telling you, that's going to be the new fad for furniture. Plastic wrap furniture. Grandmas are going to love it everywhere.
Something here.
Grandmas?
What'd you finish it in? Ziploc?
Ziploc. Yeah. 3 mil.
No, I haven't done bow ties. Again, I think it's probably way easier than you would perceive it to be.
What, making bow ties on a CNC?
Inlay.
Oh, just inlaying bow ties.
Making them can't be tough. I mean,
no. I just don't have a bandsaw.
You don't need to. You got a CNC machine.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I jumped off the subject because I was like, he brought up bow ties, and I'm thinking like, okay, chiseling them out, routering them in, whatever. And nope, the question was CNC.
That I don't even know.
I don't know. It's not my night.
Don't most people that cut bow ties on the CNC actually don't cut them full depth and then take them to the bandsaw and basically resaw them out?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone do that. I would think you'd pretty much cut them almost through and then take them to like a router table or something and flush trim them, and that'd be that. Yeah.
Mm.
I did it when I did my logo. I cut it deep and then took it to the bandsaw and trimmed it and had them all fall out. That was cool.
Yeah. You could. Well, I was just thinking, like, if you cut like, if you took like 8/4 and cut it almost all the way, you could get like 2 or 3 bow ties out of resawing.
I think Donnie does that a lot.
Oh, Donnie Carr. Yeah, he probably. I think he does.
I think he does it.
Yeah, he just started producing some, and I'm pretty sure that's how he's done it because I saw him with some thick ones the other day in a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the safer way to do it rather than trying to resaw a thick bow tie. But then again, I still don't have a bandsaw.
Hey, the other day, Nick, when you started working on it, you were milling the lumber for that vanity. Did you use your jigsaw to cut everything to length?
I rough cut it with the jigsaw. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I saw your
Heck
jigsaw.
yeah, dude. That sucker, dude, that thing is powerful, man.
Yeah, that's
And
your boss,
it was the first tool I could reach.
He gets everything down to about 2.5 inches, and then he turns it on its edge, and then he uses it to face join it.
Yeah,
He just
exactly.
runs the jigsaw all the way up.
You just got to make sure it's running straight. That's the only thing.
Precision.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make a jigsaw table. That'd be a fight, man. It'd be like a scroll saw upside down, but no top arm.
Oh,
I think that sounds like an easy Swan project right there.
Yeah, it does, and it has to be drill powered.
Yeah.
what haven't we covered on the CNC machine?
Probably 99% of what it can do.
Right.
Does that bother like you guys? I mean, granted, I'm an exception because I haven't gotten into mine enough yet. But like, it doesn't. If to me, it feels like no matter what I do with it, I'm not even scratching the surface of its capabilities.
Oh yeah.
I'm just happy that I finally, after almost 6-8 months of trying, have somewhat got down, what bits I have now and how deep to cut and like speeds and feeds and stuff. But every time I get a new bit, it's like relearning all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And you've found a project that is like monetizing the tool.
Absolutely, yes. And that's nice too, because honestly, like being my graphic design background, when I thought, okay, I'm getting a CNC, I'm going to be making money the next day because I was a graphic designer. I know exactly how to do this. Not even close. Like
Right.
two totally different worlds. And so for the longest time, I was messing everything up, or it wasn't up to my standard. So I wouldn't let it go out of the shop. And I was just like, this thing's losing me tons of money. Like I've almost sold it 4 or 5 times.
How many routers have you been through?
Hey?
How many routers have you been through on that thing?
It's on its second now.
Oh, just 2? I thought you were on number 3.
No, just 2.
Did you blow up another one then?
Yeah, that was my big one. That was my plunge router.
Okay.
Yeah. So I blew up my CNC first Makita, and then I blew up my crappy plunge router when I was working on a slab.
He was trying to take an inch off in one pass.
It was only like 3/4 of an inch.
For whatever reason, it didn't work. It can handle it.
Did you see Checo? Yeah, I think it was Checo. Is that his name? Anyways, dude was doing a slab the other day with his router, and the thing jumped up out of the.
Oh no, that was Josh. Joshua.
Joshua. Who?
Tito. It was Tito.
Tito, that's it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Dude. Whew.
Could you imagine?
I didn't see that. What happened?
He his locking lever on his router got loose, which let his router slide in down the base as he's using it to flatten, and it went down and caught.
And like,
and jumped out.
Jumped out.
Yep.
Was he videoing it?
He should have been.
That would have been a million views right there.
That's what I was wondering if like I would have missed that.
JD, his name's Nick.
Roy. Oh, because I'm on the Woodfeld.
You're on the Woodfeld?
Yeah,
So,
I'm on the Woodfeld account.
it's Key Woodworks. You know him. You follow him. And then, so he's from Kentucky and Taylor's from California. So JD is at Polymer Technologies. So he does the chill.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are they just like totally pissed at you for making a bomb?
No, he was cool with me. He was like, we were DMing each other back and forth, and he's like, I want to know what happens.
Seriously, because I saw smoke.
Oh yeah, she was smoking good.
Is JD the one that was on that you reposted his story earlier today?
Yeah.
Okay. I put a face to the name now.
Yeah. He's good.
I haven't seen that one yet.
He's a good dude.
It's pretty difficult keeping up with Rob's stories.
Hey, I've been good recently. Thank you very much.
We have our meetup tomorrow, our woodshop event.
SoCal?
Yeah. Tacos and tools.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that post everywhere.
It's gonna be a long day.
I commented on that one where it was the porter potty. I said it was tacos and stools.
So do you guys do this like once a month, Taylor?
Yeah, we get together once a month, and then it kind of rotates around between somebody's shop. Somebody has a topic that they want to go over, and then sometimes, like one of the guys works at Woodcraft, so we did a Woodcraft night where we did the turning.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple of weeks, well, we have an open invitation to go down to the Fender factory here that we're going to go down and get a tour of that. So that'll be cool. But yeah, we get together once a month. But you want to slap it?
Yeah.
Look at that bass.
That's a Fender right there. That one. That first one.
I don't know how to set up my phone to rotate. I've been staring at Rob for like an hour and a half.
You don't have it
against Rob.
You're welcome.
It won't just bounce?
Not like, no. All right, you get some FaceTime now, Nick. I'll just stare at your guitars. But anyway, so yeah, we get together, and like the first one that I went to this year was sharpening hand tools. And then we did a shaper night right after we got the shaper. That was really cool. The turning, we did finishing one night, just kind of go through different finishes, stuff like that. They had a mallet night where they all made mallets. I wasn't able to make that meeting. And then the last meeting or two, we've been planning this event.
How many of you guys are there?
I think there's 10 total, but most of the time we get like 7 or 8 guys.
That's not bad.
None of the guys are full-time, so they all have their other jobs and stuff. And most of the guys are between our ages, right? So 30 to mid 40s. So they all have younger kids and stuff like that. So they're all busy and doing other things, but you know, we try and get together. So yeah, tomorrow we got pretty well hooked up. I think we did the tally today. There's a little bit over $3,000 in giveaway stuff. Festool gave us a TS55. They gave us an ETS 125. We've got a.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we've got the oscillating sander from Rigid, two nailers. We got some. What else do we have? Some Rubio Woodcraft gift cards. We've got a signed Dodger bat, signed Kings puck,
Just
tickets to the Grammys.
You guys are like in on this, or is this stuff you're giving away to us?
We're giving it away to the attendees. Yeah, we've got like 15 raffle items. So every half hour or every hour, I think we're going to do 2 or 3.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be a cool event. So this year we're doing it. One of the guys runs like a generator company, and so we're doing it like at the yard of his factory. But we've got like pop-up tents, a taco truck coming. One of the guys, I think he posted it on the SoCal account, made a really sick cornhole set with like dovetailed cherry ends on it, and the top was CNC, and then did an epoxy fill with SoCal's logo, Iconic's logo. Iconic sponsoring the event, so my CNC is going to actually get some use tomorrow. The club's one is going to get some use tomorrow, so anybody who comes will do their logos and stuff for them or whatever. And, so should be a good event.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we want to start at annual. So the place I was telling you about earlier that I went, that we got the cherry from, they're sponsoring the event and gave us a whole ton of hickory and ash to mill up and give out for like signs and stuff, so that you don't have to bring your own. But they want to host it next year. So if I don't know what your, I mean, I would assume your mill yards are very similar to ours, but this is all indoor air conditioned. So hosting it there next year would be sweet. So kind of the first of what we hope to be a big event annually.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So Cowboys doing it up right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What happened?
Nothing. We just ran out of anything to say.
No mercy.
Ooh, I don't know if you guys saw. Sam's not gonna like this, but I don't know if you guys saw. I posted something. I was golfing today, um, and one of the guys I was playing with, I was playing at a different country club that's where I used to work, and one of the guys was talking about. We were talking about the course and the shape it's in, whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, we're struggling for guys. They came out the other day and raided us, and
Oh,
like 9 of the staff all came in and got picked up and taken out."
No way.
Yeah.
that's
I was
I.
like, what do you mean? Like other clubs are paying them more money? They all want to leave? Like they all exodus? He's like, no, they came in. It's like, jeez, awful.
Hmm. We had that all the time in Houston. In my high school, the immigration would come in. They would all start, they'd get on their bullhorns and start screaming, "Forma una línea aquí."
Sam says they were all his cousins.
Did you say in Houston?
Yeah, I grew up in Houston,
Where?
Houston, Texas.
That's in the USA. Just so you know.
Golly.
It was on the west side of Houston. Why do you know anybody in Houston?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to school in Louisiana, so my college roommate lived in Houston, went through there and stayed,
Oh, really?
coming in and going out, and
I
a couple of
probably
my
know him.
teammates in there.
You know Joe from Houston?
Yeah, there's not too many people in Houston. Only
Most
like
of the
5 million.
most of the people I know are much younger than you are.
Oh yeah.
Much younger.
What is that?
They're
Is
in
that
they're
old?
in their 30s.
Hey, I had somebody this week actually think that I was 23, and I was like, okay, I'll take it. I'm fine with that. I'll be 23 today.
He's from Clear Lake, so South Houston.
Oh yeah,
And
we would
then
go to
my
Clear
other
Lake.
buddy to play.
No, to boat.
Clear Lake's only what, like 20 minutes north of Galveston, maybe a half hour.
Yeah, it's all pretty close right around there. We'd go to
Yeah.
Galveston too a lot. Love Galveston, except like okay, I'll rephrase. I loved Galveston until I went to a real beach.
Hmm.
So like until I made it to Florida or anywhere else that had like water you could actually look through. Galveston was awesome, but man, Galveston's gross.
Brown water.
It's gross.
Just the Gulf in general kind of doesn't produce the best
Yeah,
beach experience. I mean, it's nice to be by on the sand and by the water, but
yeah. I
um,
mean, the water wasn't. I mean, it's kind of like bath water too, so it's not really that great. Just it's gross out there.
mhm.
Galveston. Yeah.
You ever go to what is it? Is it Panama Beach or whatever? That's like the big party spot. Is
Panama
that
City.
Panama City? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I went in high school. I went spring break in high school. That was so stupid.
You probably went to Destin too, then.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure.
love Destin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just
Destin's like the
Destin.
San Diego for anybody in the South.
Yeah, it's
It's like
true.
their beach. If they're going to go on a beach vacation, that's where they shoot to.
Yeah. like Destin is the higher class, and then you have Panama City, which is next door, which is like spring break MTV
Right.
cruise and garbage.
I gotta go to Texas. Though. I'd love to visit Texas one day.
It's a huge state.
Texas, Hawaii, and Alaska. Those are the three that I really want to go to. And of course,
I'd
California,
like.
because I haven't been there yet. And I've been to beautiful Kentucky, so it's off the list.
Well, bring your own straws if you go to California.
Yeah, I
That's
heard.
right.
Maybe I'll bring some and like sell them on the black market.
I don't know if they're launching this commercial only in California or if it's across the country, but I saw something it was a Twizzlers commercial. And it was like, what are we gonna do? Like everybody come bring your own straws. And the guy was like, well, you can just use a Twizzler.
Nice.
I bet it was Twizzlers Research. That's who brought this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Twizzler lobbyists.
Yeah.
We
They
gotta
got in the
ban
right
straws.
pockets.
Sales are down, guys. What are we gonna do? Ban straws.
But Hawaii would be cool. Alaska would be really cool.
And my wife
It
went
was
on
both of
Alaska
those.
cruise a few years ago, and she said it was pretty beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right, and that concludes this week's
Yeah.
episode live.
Oh,
Hey, let's ask them since everybody's here. Everybody. Would
Yeah.
you guys rather us have a topic to talk about? Would you guys rather this be a podcast that you can listen to instead of having to tune in on Friday night? What can we do to make this actually somewhat interesting for you?
yeah. Also, would Monday nights work better if we keep it live? If it's a podcast, you can listen whenever you want.
Yeah. I personally am leaning podcast. I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah, just record it live.
Oh,
Live feed.
live feed, random.
Topic is great.
All right, so next week we're going to talk about what's better, Revmark or Casper mattresses.
Bingo. I need to go back and actually watch that. I was missing for that week.
Oh yeah, you weren't there.
Which one?
The Pete versus Mac.
When Pete and Mac got in such a big fight.
It's like a struggle between whether or not you bring popcorn or you like put a blanket over your face. It's like a horror movie, but it's still entertaining. That was bad.
Yeah, I mean, they both had. Well, Pete didn't have too strong of feelings. I think he was just upset that Ryan had such strong feelings.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, that's that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right then.
Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Yeah. An abbreviated weekend.
No, it's not. We were on for an hour, like we've always said we wanted to do.
That's true. I mean, we've always said we wanted to do an hour, and then we always end up like 2.
Ish, maybe more.
Yeah, sometimes more. Well,
let's make this the first official one that's an hour. So
until either next Friday or the next time we get on.
Or the Monday after that.
Yes.
Possible.
Yeah.
And in, I think, what is it, like 3 weeks? I think everybody's back. So all 6 of us will be.
Yeah. We'll
back.
all be back. And we should have some topics.
Sure.
Maybe one topic.
Let's not reach for the moon.
No, there's no reason to go crazy.
An hour for 6 of us. That's gonna be a stretch.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna take about 45 minutes of it.
Logging on.
Well, we all have to pause and wait for all the background noise and nonsense to
Yeah,
clear out.
the McDonald the McDonald Niner.
Or his dog licking the microphone.
Oh man,
Uh,
dog appearance.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna sign us off, and we will be off the air. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks, guys.